everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, the United States military has just issued a dire warning to the American people. And this particular warning is not one that we should take lightly. Now, before I get into the report, I just want to remind you, please don't forget to check out my partner at HideWithLisa.com. If you don't have a VPN, now is the time to get one, especially in light of everybody out there trying to seize up your privacy. If you want to keep things private on the internet, please check out HideWithLisa.com. All right, so let's dive into this dire warning that was just given by the U.S. military. Check out this article here on DailyWire.com, and it's headlined, U.S. military issues dire warning about China's rapid military and nuclear weapon buildup. Now, the article states the Department of Defense estimates that communist China will increase their stockpile of nuclear weapons by at least 500% over the next 10 years, which is just one area of concern for America's top military minds. Quote, a new Pentagon estimate says that China will likely have at least 1,000 deliverable nuclear warheads by 2030. The U.S. estimated that the country's atomic arsenal consists of about 200 warheads just last year, Politico reported. For Pentagon planners and the Biden administration, China's maritime expansion is likewise of concern. The breakneck military buildup has produced a 360-ship Navy, pushing well past the 297 holes that the U.S. Navy operates. The Office of Naval Intelligence estimates that by 2030, China will have 425 ships in the water. So I'm going to pause right there. This is a massive military buildup. We've got 1,000 deliverable nuclear warheads. I mean, this is outrageous. And the only reason to have that many is either to flex and show power, or you intend to use them. So this is some terrifying stuff that I don't think should be taken lightly. But the article goes on to make another powerful statement here, and it says, General Mark Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staffs, addressed the threat that China poses to the U.S. during an interview last week, saying that China posed the greatest threat to the U.S. And here's what he actually said. I think as we look to the future, and I think we are living in a historical epoch, actually, where we're seeing the rise of a country that is unlike something we've seen probably ever before, he said. And it's one of the great historical pivot points, I think, that we have ever witnessed, which is the rise of China. And from the reforms of 1979 up until today, which is, I guess, that's what, 41 to 42 years or so, 4 decades, they've had an incredible economic run. And with that, they've developed a military that is really significant. As we go forward over the next 10, 20, and 25 years, there's no question in my mind that the biggest geostrategic challenge to the United States is going to be China. That I have no doubt at all. Russia is important, not unimportant at all. Russia has a very significant military capabilities. North Korea, Iran is still there. Terrorists are going to be around for quite a while, but I think China is clearly the most significant geostrategic threat that we face. This is one thing I actually agree with the general on. And here's the bottom line. We have a massive threat of China. We have China flexing its muscles right now with Tehran and even the United States of America. They're basically threatening Taiwan repeatedly. And the Biden administration, Biden out of his mouth said that we would back Taiwan. The White House, of course, retracts what Biden said, but this is a recipe for war. This is a recipe for war. And we're talking about a country, China, who is predicted by the Pentagon to have 5 times increase in their nuclear weapons. 5 times increase over the next 10 years. This is some terrifying stuff. And this all comes on the heels, of course, of those hypersonic missiles here. Here we have mirror.co.uk. China tested 2 hypersonic orbital weapons that could breach missile defense. It's almost as if China is literally rubbing it in everybody's faces and smiling about it. Meanwhile, their arsenal is radical, and our general is telling us they're one of the biggest threats to the United States of America. And we have tensions rising all over the place. And you know what else China just did? Let me show you this article on ABC News. I think this is important too. China's advice to stockpile sparks speculation of Taiwan war. This is very recent, published November 4th, right? But now we have China on top of throwing out missiles, on top of threatening Taiwan, on top of America threatening to basically partake in this in some way, shape, or form. We have the fact that they're encouraging their citizens to stockpile. Now, why are they encouraging their citizens to do that? Which is sparking fears of war with Taiwan. I think this is one poop show. There's another word for that, that it could get crazy. And I think that this U.S. military warning should be taken seriously. Anyhow, please don't forget to check out restrictedrepublic.com. I created this because this is where we can put all our news in one place. We have all the YouTube videos, both Justice Knight and myself. We post them all on there without any advertisements. And in addition to that, we also post new content 5 days a week. So you've got like 15 to 20 videos that we publish on a weekly basis at restrictedrepublic.com. But check it out there, and we give you uncensored, unfiltered content. And if you really want to know what's going on, you need to get there and check out some of those exclusive videos. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.